Hello students, today we are going to start our chapter number 13, time and motion. What is motion? When an object keeps on changing its position with time, it is said to be motion. So, when any object changes its position from one place to another with respect to time, then it is said to be motion. Now, types of motion. Motion is of three types: linear motion, circular motion, curvilinear motion. Linear motion is also called straight motion, in which the object travels in a straight line. So, in linear motion, the object travels in a straight line. Circular motion, the object travels along a circular path. So, an object, when it travels along a circular path, then it is said to be in circular motion. Curvilinear motion, the object moves along a curve. When an object moves from one place to another along a curve path, then it is said to be in curvilinear motion. So this was motion and the types of motion. Now next topic is speed. It is a distance moved by an object in a unit time is called speed, as motion depends on speed, distance and time. So firstly we are going to discuss about speed. Speed is a distance moved by an object in a unit time. It helps us to decide which object is moving faster than other. Through speed we can also come to know which object is moving faster. The basic unit of speed is meter per second. The basic unit of speed is meter per second. It is written as m. Meter is denoted through m and second is denoted through s or sec. The formula for speed is distance traveled upon time taken, or we can say s is equal to d upon t. Types of speed. Speed is of three types: uniform speed, non-uniform speed and average speed. Uniform speed, when an object travels a fixed distance on a same time gap, then it is showing the uniform speed. So when any object travels a fixed distance on a same time gap, then it is said to be in uniform speed, or it is moving with uniform speed. Non-uniform speed, when an object covers different distances, different time gaps, or we can say different distance, different time intervals, then it is said to be showing non-uniform speed. Average speed, the total distance is divided by total time taken by object. So how we can calculate the average speed? Average speed can be calculated through total distance divided by total time taken by object. Now measuring time measuring devices. The time measuring devices, that is clocks, use the concept of periodic motion to measure time, which means it uses motion that repeats itself in equal amount of time. So how do we measure time? Time measuring devices like clocks, they use the concept of periodic motion, which means it uses motion that repeats itself in equal amount of time. Now types of time measuring devices. There are different devices which are used to measure the time, like sundial, sand clock, water clock, pendulum clock and quartz clock. So before the invention of pendulum and clocks, the time was being recorded with the help of sundial, sand clock and water clock. Now here comes, or we can say these devices were based on the process of shadow formation. Now oscillatory motion. The motion of a pendulum into and fro is called as oscillatory motion. So what is oscillatory motion? When any pendulum show its movement back and fro, or when it start from its position and then come back to its position, then it is said to be oscillatory motion. Time period of a pendulum, the time taken by a pendulum bob to complete one oscillation called its time period. So what is time period of a pendulum? When any pendulum bob completes its one oscillation, then it is said to be its time period. Units to measure time speed. Units to measure the time speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time. It is denoted as meter upon second. Now speedometer, it is a device which is used to measure the speed in kilometer per hour. So a speedometer is a device which is generally there in vehicles like motorcycle, car, buses, which is used to detect the speed in kilometer per hour. Second device is odometer, the device which is used to measure the distance traveled by a vehicle in meters or kilometer. It is also found in vehicles and buses and cars. This is the another device which is used to measure the distance in kilometers and meters. Now here is another topic, that is distance time graph. The graph which represents the distance traveled by an object with respect to time is called distance time graph. When we are representing distance time with the help of graph, then it is said to be distance time graph. Finding speed from distance time graph. Now how we can find the speed with the help of distance time graph? Speed is equal to distance upon time. So here, as we have studied the formula also, speed is equal to distance upon time. And how the distance can be taken out? See, final position of object minus initial position of object. Final position means where the object stop off, and initial position means from where the object starts. So what we have to do? We have to do minus final position of object minus initial position of object. Through this we can take out the distance, and then we have to divide it with the help of time. Also, slope of the graph calculate the speed of the distance time graph. So with the help of slope also we can calculate the speed of distance time graph. The steeper the slope of the graph, the more is the speed of the object. As the slope will be steeper, the speed of an object will be more.